Greetings, you human equivalents of a perfect slice of pizza on a cold day, and welcome back to Cosmoteer with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to the Malal's Wrath, the now named vehicle, which desperately needs an overhaul, and perhaps finally, some fire extinguishers. As a lot of you saw in the previous video, it turns out the reason why one of my storages suddenly went goodbye is because it was on fire, and I had no ways of, removing fire, so the whole thing honestly just needs to be redone. Now, my goals today is to do as many missions as possible to hopefully complete our very first zone, and then either move on to a new zone or build ourselves a second ship. I do not want just one super large vehicle. I would like a fleet, or at very minimum, I want a factory ship. One which will mine the stars, well, the planets I suppose, and the asteroids, and make loads of armaments for our main vehicle, and then possibly split the main vehicle into many. We will be Legion. Now, of course, the question is, what exactly are we doing with the ship? And what I've decided is we're going to try out a different weapon. So on blueprint mode, I've just removed everything, because what I want to test out is this. The largest cannon we can buy at the moment. It's absolutely ridiculously big in comparison to our current cannons. Here they are in comparison side by side. And they can be placed inside the craft, since they're mounted on top, not on the side. So I believe that means, yeah, they can be placed anywhere with armor in front of them, which is lovely. This is the larger shield. I also purchased the larger reactor and the larger thrusters. There's still many larger versions than that, but we're just going with this for the time being. I'm hoping all those blueprints weren't too expensive, and we can still make a valid ship. I don't really know exactly how I'm going to build this out, honestly. I'm thinking just lots of frontal armor. Then have the thrusters and everything coming outside, at the back, and maybe make it quite beetle-shaped, or in this case, a weird smiley face. Not too sure. I'll be back once I've came up with something. Hey everyone, Future Lathrix here, just to say that within 24 hours of this video going live, there will be a poll available over in the community tab of the channel to decide on which of the two factions we've currently encountered we're going to side with, one of which we are going to destroy and drive away from the systems we inhabit, and the other we're going to continue to do missions with, and hopefully get a lot of fame and a lot of money by attacking the second faction. So it's up to you to decide on which of the two we're going to stick with. In addition to that, I just want to say a true heartfelt thank you to everyone who supported the first episode of Cosmoteer. This is a game I have loved for a very long time, and to see such a positive reception for this game returning similar to TerraTech, it really does warm my heart. So a massive thank you to everyone who's liked and commented, has showed support to the series. It really helps out the channel more than you can possibly realise, and it is just lovely to see. So thank you so much. And now, back to past Lathrix, surely making lots of mistakes, and making lots of new friends. Am I building this too big? Potentially. It looks like I have a lot of resource, but I really don't in the grand scheme of things. Don't mind that though, and that would be very well protected. Try to break it up a little bit by using some of the structures here, which are very, very weak, but I don't know, that's gonna look kind of nice. Everything I build just becomes chunkier and chunkier as I try and build it. I'm also realizing I am definitely going to run out of resources for what I had in my mind, so the back section is going to look a little bit phoned in. That shouldn't really surprise anyone, honestly. It's still me. Gonna need more people than that as well, aren't I? Yes, I am. How much storage do I even want in this thing? This is why we need a scrapping vehicle as well, eventually, able to just grab from the corpses and bring them back. Less need of all this. These two are basically for ammo. Guy's cute little corridor in the middle there, probably just, just so fires can spread faster within our place. Speaking of which, really should put down some fire extinguishers. That's really out of the way, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be so difficult to get to. In time of crisis, make sure your fire extinguishers are as far away as possible. Fine, no more cute corridor. And more doors. Now the airlocks, they can really just go anywhere, that doesn't matter. I quite like it so far, to be completely honest, but yeah, the back section's going to be so little resources, and that's decently far away from the generator as well. So here's a problem. The large shield generator, due to its large size, the energy shield cannot be projected through non-structure ship mass, requiring the large shield generator to be built on the ship's vulnerable exterior. The small shield, on the other hand, can be placed anywhere just fine, but as you can see, it's teeny tiny. I really wanted it to look like this. I wouldn't even be able to place it here. I'd have to go there. I'm not sure how this completely works. I don't really want to make it so just to test this, but I want to see how this happens. Oh, it's going to be such a waste of resource. I do apologize for people, but science needs to be done so I can understand this for the future. Make it so. And now people activate the shield. Yep, look, you can just see a tiny little bit there. That's exactly what I thought would happen. Ah, what a waste. I'm not sure how much resource was just wasted then. I do apologize if it was absolutely loads. Well. Oh yeah, it was a decent amount. I only got like 70 of the steel back, for instance. Well then, how am I going to deal with that? Am I going to have a non-shielded craft after all this time? I do love shields in this game a lot more than the armor, since shields, of course, you don't have to repair every single fight. Armor gets broken, has to be replaced. I don't know what to do now. On the upside, that does mean I'm going to have a bit more resource to play with for our thrusters. Have to have a think. Now to sell a lot of stuff so we can buy ourselves some ammo. You know what, I'm going to go to 400 ammo to begin with. And I'll buy as many crew as I can. Currently we are still slightly undercrewed, and honestly, it's not the most efficiently designed vehicles. My speech just fails there. For instance, we have these non-continuous corridors and just loads of other things, but it'll work for now. It will work for now. In fact, what I need to do is make sure that ammo is reserved here. Still could do a bit more storage, honestly, but it's what we've got at the moment. Though, overall, I am very happy with the design. It looks a bit too thick here at the back, but other than that, I think it looks very beetle-like in my opinion. Again, everything I build becomes insects for some reason, so now I'm just going to paint it. How I'm going to paint it, I have no idea, but let's see. Could stick with the half white, half black style, but I don't think that's really going to work anymore. I don't think it looks as good, so let's reset everything. How about if the armor is one color, and then we have the decals and everything else in the center, so we have the name perhaps going down here along the middle, Malal's Wrath, or just Malal down here. Ooh, that would work. Then frame it somehow. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm also considering changing the colour of the armour, honestly. It does get a bit washed out when, you know, there's space behind it. Very dark colours. So I've been looking at this for a while, and I just can't tell what colour scheme I want to do with this. So I like the red outline here. It makes it look more chitinous, in my opinion, which makes me happy. But then the black armour looks really cool, but it is completely washed out because the galaxy is a very, very dark place. So there's not all that many options I particularly like. I want it to be a bit more uniform, but I don't want to... Maybe just like that? Yeah, just going a very, very slight burgundy kind of colour. Is that even burgundy? I don't even know anymore. Either way, that should be fine for now. I'm going to buy a little bit more ammo. Then I want to explore over here, because I'm fairly certain there's a station in one of these unknown signals, if not both. So I want to do that. I'll also look out for some roving pirates on the way. I'm going to see if we can buy any more armor first, and by armor I meant to say ammo. Yeah, let's buy lots of ammo. Buy some crew as well. And there we have it. So the Malal's Wrath is ready to go with its 2 deck cannons. I'm not 100% sure how this works, but I really don't want fire at will, because that was the problem we had with the railguns. As soon as an enemy was in range, the weapons fired, and often they would either miss the target or go after the wrong section, then I'd have to wait for a reload. So, fire at target, I believe how that works, is until I select a specific part of the enemy ship, it won't fire. I'm hoping that's the case. It is in fact a starbase. Hello there. And you are the faction which the other faction told me to destroy. Well, can you offer me money? Oh, you can offer me money. Well then. I'll accept all those fugitive bounties, including one I've apparently already done before. So, thank you? I will accept this money. Okay, so it doesn't seem like you lose respect from the others if you work for the factions I don't like. So that's good. Now, one thing I'd like to do... Oh, I don't have the resources for it right now. I need more storage bays. I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a storage bay here, and I'm going to put down a small storage bay here. That shouldn't really get in the way of the reactors here, so... yeah, I need a bit more. But ideally, eventually, what we'll get is a second vehicle which has loads of storage, some mining lasers, and some factory stuff, and that's going to be our corpse collector. But until we get the corpse collector, we are all on our own. Okay, let's go off, and let's destroy these fugitives then, I suppose. Need to watch my ammo store. Oops, I have left people behind, because I wasn't done with that station yet. Sorry, guys. Welcome to the crew. I'm just going to leave you stranded. I'm a good boss. I'll actually need to check the next time I do any of these missions, just to make sure I am not losing reputation. I definitely want to keep my reputation high on these. And if I have to choose one faction, I'll probably choose the Rebels. They have a prettier colour scheme, in my opinion. Okay, so you want to get nice and close to this target for fire. Actually, no, this first time, I want to fire straight away. I want to see what these weapons are like. As soon as we're both lined up with each other, since cannon shots can be very, very, very slow. Good enough. So I want to fire at... well, ideally, we take out the cockpit without destroying the reactor, because the reactor's very good for scrap, but that's not really going to happen this time, it seems. There's no way I'm agile enough, even with me now actually understanding the controls, to get around this thing. I mean, the accuracy seemed decent, honestly, just, yeah, we're just moving quite a lot, and the shells are very slow. So 2 direct hits there, wow. One cannon completely removed, the other one is, well, I mean... it's on fire for a start. This thing can move backwards very quickly, the instigator. It instigates, but mostly it runs. Ooh, and there goes the reactor. Yeah, there's no chance with that. Okay, let's scrap that and move on. Okay, first impressions of the cannons. Very, very fun. Any weapon which has a visceral impact is going to make me happy. Oh, that's the effigy. Okay, the effigy is tiny. I'm going to be really mean and get super close to this thing. I want to save on ammo. This is the idea here. Oh, imagine being on board the effigy right now. You're firing and you're firing, nothing is happening. And this thing is slowly catching up. Hello there. Destroy that cockpit. Oh, that is horrifying. I love it. Oh, did it go all the way through anyway? Darn it. Okay, so this cannon isn't good for me getting some ships to board. That's one thing which is becoming frighteningly apparent. Once again, the cockpit is so close to the reactors. Ooh. Yep, that kind of happened before I even realised. Ooh, though, this time a lot of stuff did remain. Both weapons are still in stock for us to scrap, in addition to its hyperdrive. Actually, how does one cancel this? Okay, Alt. I can't get people to move there, right? Ooh, it's healthy enough to take over. Did it happen? Apparently so. So, I need a lot of stuff I'll have to bring over to repair it to its former glory. What do I actually need then? So to repair all... oh, actually, all I need is some of the normal coils. I'll go and purchase those and come back then. Wait for me! Minion! First things first, let's hand in these missions. So currently we have 262 with the Fringe Systems Resistance. Let's see if we lose some from 262. Okay, grabbed all of those. Nope, still 262. Fantastic, so we can work with everyone at the moment. I assume destroying their ships, though, for that other mission is probably an easy way to lose everything. Okay, so I need some coils, then. Just regular coils? I can't remember how many I needed, so I'm just gonna buy... Whoa, those are so much more expensive than I expected. Never mind, I'll look back in the footage and get just as many as I need. Okie doke, so now we have the back burner active. The only problem is we don't have enough people here to work everything. How many... We have one set of crew bunks. Oh, and we have some crew quarters. Okay, I need to transfer a few more crew, sadly. I didn't really want to do that, but sadly it's going to have to happen. How many just to get this thing moving? Let's transfer 4 for now. There we go. Okay, so in this crew, new role, minion. And what I want you to do for now is just work movement. With the new minion role intact, we didn't have to remove the weapons, etc. And everything's working just fine, since all they want to do is have the thrusters functional. Let's get back and let's see what we need to do to make you into a decent mining vessel. The basic stuff we're just going to need is lots of storage and a mining laser. Don't know after that. Since I also want it to be a factory. Our forge. Manufactures projectile ammunition used by cannons and railguns consumes sulfur. I have no idea where to get sulfur, but I'm assuming asteroids will have that. Plus 25% production speed for each adjacent factory of any type, so we want loads of factories then. Well, I mean, we want the basic stuff. Manufactures steel plates, which are used to construct almost every ship part, consumes iron. Oh, yeah, we're only going to get raw iron, aren't we? Interesting. And the coils, the hypercoils. Wow, this factory's going to get massive eventually. For now, it's just basically a scrapper then. Okay, well, I want to see how the mining laser works. Right now, obviously, this is just very, very scrappy. Let's go over to the asteroid field and let's see what we can get. So let's see how this works then. We have the mining laser, we have some basic storage. We don't have the ability to turn the iron into iron plates right now, but still. Okay, so sulfur right there. Okay, so sulfur pretty much everywhere. Fantastic. At least in these asteroid fields. So then, how does this work? I'm hoping it's just a matter of select the rocks, the mining laser does the work for you. Oh. Do I have to turn the ship? No, it does have its own little swivel. Fantastic. And then our people come out to collect the rest. Okay. So what I need to make sure then is that the mining laser has top priority. Everything else can go afterwards. Cool. Very interesting. Sulfur takes up a lot of space. Yeah, we need more people on the ship for a start. Honestly, the crew size doesn't have to be massive for this, though. If we get like 10 crew members, we're probably okay to go. So we've built a tiny little cannon ammo factory, and I've got to be honest, I really like this. So one piece of sulfur will produce a lot of ammo, it seems. Like, just absolutely loads. As you can see, we're stacking it up more and more. I don't know what my ship's doing, though, with the weird jig it's doing, but still. It's not very fast, but bear in mind, again, we are currently undercrewed, and we don't have the efficiency bonus of multiple factories. But there we go, there's a full storage bay full of ammo. So 4 stacks of ammo is now made. So we can give that to our boss, the Malal's Wrath. Yeah, the thrusters need to be redone on this thing. I will be basically remaking this from scratch very soon, just FYI. So after a quick test, how this works, at least at the moment without the efficiency bonus, I'm not sure if that's speed or actual efficiency in terms of how much product you get, but currently with this setup, 1 sulfur becomes 20 ammo. That is how it's currently working. So it is actually more efficient to buy the sulfur from the ship, and then turn that into ammo to then transfer over, since I'm buying a single sulfur for 20, which then makes 20 ammo, whereas if you buy 20 ammo directly, that's 40. Is that worth the hassle? Don't know just yet. Maybe once I have a proper forge ship, which is a lot bigger. For now, though, I will keep that just as a backup. Oof. Yeah, these thrusters really need to be changed, don't they? Well, either way, I'm going to go off and destroy some fugitives and use our new minion as the corpse scrapper. So the corpse collector, does this work? we're moving on to the next enemy. Probably the third enemy I've killed now since last time we spoke. All I've done is I've sent out the minion, the corpse harvester, to take out all the pieces we're leaving behind. This is the third one, like I mentioned. Ooh, fantastic. Maybe we'll be able to take out that cockpit and get another minion if we so desire. But honestly, what I need to do is just gather up some more resources so I can make this a bit more useful. We need more people for a start. We just need more crew desperately. Oh, that just went bye-bye. Okay, sure. Okay, go back, hand in those missions. Are you done here yet? Almost. Yeah, as I mentioned, desperately need more crew. It's way too slow. What I like is, it turns out you can use the salvage from even this zoomed out, so I'm probably never going to zoom in on this poor thing in the future, except for to look at the lasers working. So there we are, mining those things. Mining the corpses for maximum resource. It's going to be a lot scarier now since we don't have the railguns, but since this is static, I'm just going to fire anyway, even at long range. Oh, come on, just a single hit in that reactor and it's gone. Okay. There we go, I knew there'd be some kind of mobile defense. Just keep facing it head on. All of our armor's on the front after all. Beautiful. Okay, 2 down. So what is the maximum range of this weapon? Is it what's actually being shown, or can we just about outrange this enemy? No, it's definitely an issue of, that is our max range. Which I'm hoping is still further than the enemy, I'm not too sure with the base. It's using normal cannons, I know that much. Not being very efficient here with the stuff, but that's fine. Come on, hit. At least take out its weapon. You know what? That's obviously gone now. No more wasting ammo. Being a bit braver this time. I'm going to try and weather the storm and just go straight for that reactor. Already crushing right into that metal. There we go. Glory to malice. Now, what do I do with you, is the question. We can scrap you like we did before, or... I was hoping that'd work. Just saw my minion enter then, so yeah. We have a starbase. Now we get a reduced refund. I'm not quite sure how that works. It seems like when you capture a vehicle, that's just for everything. But still, it's a very easy way to scrap if they... Oh, look at that storage though. I can transfer all the storage over. I want all that ammo, obviously. Fascinating. Do you know what would be really cool? Getting the base, adding some thrusters, turning it into our scrapper. Add the thrusters in this gap we've just left. That's going to take so long to repair, though. Okay, let's say everything that's already gone is now gone. Permanently. So I'm going to leave nothing which you've already removed. Then I'm going to return soon with enough stuff to at least get it a command center and basic movement stuff. The weapons I'll also remove. They can help repair the rest. That's exactly what I'm doing. A scrapper base. Our glorious forge. Well, this is woefully inefficient, but we now have all the basic stuff here. Of course, what we do need is more crew. A lot more crew. I'm going to transfer 20. Just this thing can start moving. Okay, good. So we can actually get this thing moving straight away. A very wibbly-wobbly way, but you know what? Movement is movement at the moment. I'll take it. Okay, you're in a horrible position. It wouldn't let me delete this or place another one. It was a bit weird. Actually, I probably could have placed another one now. Think about it, but oh well. We don't need this many beds, so both command centers are going to go there instead. Move all this. And let's add a couple of large thrusters here. No more hypercoils. Okay, that's fine. We can go back to base and grab some stuff. Okay, return home please for a second. This thing's gonna need a new name. Doesn't need to be all that efficient, honestly, with this craft, as long as it has all the stuff. And that is a lot of storage we now have available to us. Oh, that's more expensive than I thought it was. A lot of these as well don't even really have to be connected to the ship, honestly, just because of how it works, but let's just go with that for now. So we have mining lasers here with its own little generator to feed into them. Probably best to have some extra turning up there, but it's fine for now, just leave it as it is. We should be able now to go out and mine. Now, one thing I've noticed, which is kind of surprising, is that we have no factories on board this ship at all. None of them came as standard. Obviously, we want to change that. We want this thing to be able to make pretty much everything. Steel, for instance, out of our iron. We want sulfur to turn into ammo. So we need a bit more resource, a bit more money. Then we're pretty much good to go with this thing. I mean, already, it's going to work as a scrapper. It's got loads of storage, it's got the mining lasers and everything else. It just needs some more thrusters to make it a bit more elegant with its movement. But, yeah, for a scrapped base, it's working. Now, of course, the problem right now as well is we also don't have enough people on board, so what we're going to do is transfer some of them back over. So transfer crew back over to the Wrath. That should be enough to keep the scrapper at least running with its basics. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. What other missions do you want me to do? Because I need enough money to finish off this base, then I'll call it a day, because I'll be really happy once this thing's making our ammo, making our steel. Oh, another one of the Rebels' bases. Hello. What do you want me to do, then? A much smaller base than I'm used to. Oh, it's just here to sell stuff. Okay, then. Oh, that's missiles. I was just allowing that to get close, then. Fire everything! Beautiful. Now that's going to be a lot of scrap. Get nice and close to that, please. I'm going to continue where I was going originally, to the unknown signal. It's interesting that I'm, like, the only ship without a hyperdrive. That makes me jealous and angry, as you can see. There's lots of these smaller bases of the Resistance around, it seems. Ship graveyard. What's firing the missiles at us? Is it the thing we're currently after? Doesn't look like it. There's a haywire after us as well. That's going to try and flank us. Really wish those last few hits did a bit more damage there. This should be it. Okay, yep, definitely turn around now. Oh, wish I could turn faster. Oh, it's this thing over here, the missile platform. Well, that explains it, doesn't it? Yeah, devastate that, run away. That thing's got some serious range to it. Kind of just walked into that, thankfully. Our ammo, our armor held. Yeah, lots of armor damage, but we're okay. A scrapping vehicle, just go over here, because I wanted to add some stuff to it and get some more people, hopefully. Getting more crew seems to be one of the more difficult things, honestly, which is a bit of a problem. Okay, so what I would like is to purchase the ability to make steel from iron. The smelter would be great. How much does that cost? More than I expected. Okay, that's going to be a little bit annoying then. We'll soon have enough, but not quite now. Actually, do we have any other stuff to sell right now? No, we're pretty much out. Interesting. In that case, I'm going to move to be with the fighter, so I'm going to start scrapping stuff as soon as I can. Okay, the ship graveyard was dealt with pretty easily in the end. I only had those 2 missile platforms, which are very easy once you actually aimed at them. My scrapper is on the way back. And I'm just going to try and hunt for the last 3 of the roving pirates. Wrong one found it. Okay, let's make sure we don't end up aggroing that, please. Then after that, all that's really left is to see if we want to do anything else with the stations here. And then give ourselves hyperdrives so we can jump away to the next system, a more difficult area. So annoyingly, my recording software crashed for like 2 minutes there, but I did get this image here. So this was a haywire I found in the middle of space, completely intact, damaged but not destroyed in any way. I did end up salvaging it, but I wish I found this earlier. So make sure to explore space and go to all those unknown contacts. Occasionally, you'll be treated to something like this. And even by scrapping it, I've got all the materials now for one of my hyperdrives, in addition to loads of stuff, extra reactors, extra weapons, and everything else. A fully intact vehicle is worth a lot. A second ship graveyard. Wow. I mean, most ships are like just steel, but occasionally you get ones with the weapons and everything else intact. There's a thruster there. So glad I have this scrapping vehicle now. The Tri-Raptor. Well, it's got an obvious weak spot, so let's go straight for that then. This very center has the cockpit right at the front. Just a couple of layers of armor. Ooh, I mean, that wasn't the right spot, but that was a devastating hit still all the same. You're not doing a great job hitting where I want you to hit there, mate. Gotta be honest with you. Well then. That is almost completely intact. Nom nom. I really can't wait until our scrapper vehicle is complete with enough people, because one thing as well it can do is follow around our main vehicle just holding ammo for it. Not only making ammo, but just holding it. I'm constantly running out of ammo. At the moment, I can do 3, maybe 4 missions at a time before I'm completely done. Or even just 3 or 4 normal fights sometimes. Now, I said this is going to be the last mission, but here's the thing. Both of these factions are asking me to destroy the other stations in the system, essentially giving the system to them. So I could make my choice now. Do I go with the fringe systems resistance, the one I keep calling the rebels, or do I go with the more dominant force here? The monolith cooperative. I honestly haven't decided yet. But first we need to do this. Actually, first I need to figure out what we're doing with my ship over here. Yeah, I have way too much just basic steel, so I need to sell all that so I can grab more interesting stuff. Yeah, I have 3,000 steel right now. Let's... Whoa, is that all I can take? Okay, I'm going to completely fill their reserves with steel. You know, everything that isn't things like the uranium and gold and processors, anything which isn't a rare resource I'll sell. Then I'll go back, scavenge what I can, then go back to one of the larger stations which can buy a bit more from me. Actually, can any of you purchase stuff? The couriers? Oh, you can! Fantastic. Okay. I knew I could buy things from you. I didn't really consider about selling stuff to you. I've doubled the Wrath speed from 40-something to 82, and I've also added these lovely things, the small hyperdrives. So we have the small hyperdrives here, and then with this we have the engine rooms, which increase the efficiency of all the things nearby. Now, I was under the very mistaken impression that these would stack. It seems like they don't. So that's a bit of a shame there. I also forgot to re-add the armor. There we go. Now for the pirate base. Well, that's a larger enemy than what we've been seeing lately. Go straight for its weapon. There's another enemy to the left, and there's also an enemy to the right, but a bit further away. There we go. A bouncer. Yeah, straight for the reactor. A quick win is far more important here than high-value scrap. Beautiful shot there. I had loads of ammo spare. What was going on then? Oh, because I've got all the new thrusters. Okay, I need to change it up to make sure weapons get the top priority. That's my fault for forgetting I haven't changed the crew. Really need multiple roles at this point. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. We now have the red shirts and our weapon as well, which is even a more extreme version than our red shirts. Since the red shirts already were pretty extreme with wanting to use weapons, these are far more so. I'm definitely going to run out of ammo before this. Not this fight in particular, but there's no chance I'm taking out the pirate base right now. Okay, scrap everything we can. Then return to base. For the time being. And so begins the final fight of the episode. I've decided I'm going to leave which faction I work for up to the viewers, so there will be a poll in the next few hours, probably after releasing this video, in the community tab to decide which faction we work for and which faction we attack before we jump out of the system. So that's how the next episode's going to start off, attacking one of the factions, leaving the system to the other, and then moving on. So we are either going to work for what I call the Rebels, or what I call the Empire. The Monolith Coalition versus the Fringe System Resistance. Okay, got a little bit closer there than I wanted. I didn't realize just how close we were to the station, honestly. We could, though, just go straight for it. Oh, this is really risky. I'm risking a lot of my armor here. You know what? Stop them from being able to turn too much. Go right for that core. Now, of course, I could be holding down Alt and changing how I react here, but instead I'm just doing little manual choices. It's probably incredibly silly of me. The idea is this corner is quite vulnerable and has very little armor to chew through in comparison to going down one of the arms. And it was completely worth it. Look at that. All of these weapons still intact. This is worth an absolute fortune. Gonna go and hand in that quest and send in our scrapper. There's just honestly a lot to scrap. Finally was able to hire some more people, so now we have 24, which is exactly the amount which is recommended. I've also added some more thrusters because, well, movement is good. Well, that is that. We have done all the missions I wanted to do today. I have decided on a colour scheme for our new vehicle. I will be editing it a little bit looks-wise very soon, in addition to turning it into a factory between episodes, so I understand how all of this works, and then finally, we can use it to its full potential. In the next system, we'll be able to get some more people to reinforce the Mal's Wrath, because honestly, there's not much more we can do right now until we have more crew members. I might even have to steal some from our harvester, which will have a name before the next video, I promise you that. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Cosmoteer is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Next episode, we'll take out the faction we have decided we love the least, move on to a brand new system to begin our invasion, and make sure both of our ships are more fully functioning. Though, to be honest, they've done well today. Thank you so much for watching, have a lovely day, and do take care. Until next time, goodbye.